10:15 Eastern. Got a late night kick to Baylor at BYU. BYU is a 3-point favorite. Over-unders ticked up a bit to 53.5. I don't know if I have the authority to talk about any BYU games the rest of the year after I recommended people bet South Florida last week. But again, South Florida wins easily without the lightning delay. Am I right? UTEP guy. So BYU 3-point favorite here. More favorable news, it looks like, on the receiver front, like Nakua. Sataki said he could have went back in the game. He scored the first 2 touchdowns, but obviously BYU was up by 4 touchdowns before South Florida even blinked. Gunnar Romney has a better chance to play this week. BYU will be seeking revenge for a loss last year in which Jerry Bohannon was the quarterback. They got their revenge over Bohannon last week. Do they get their revenge over Baylor this week at home? Should be a raucous environment. Thoughts on Baylor at BYU?
Yeah, Nakua and Romney are uber important to this handicap. The offensive coordinator Aaron Roderick, he cut a video. I think it's floating around Twitter. I know that I have a full write-up on Action. It includes that tweet if you want to go see it. But, it's a game time decision for them. And why are they so important? Because the trenches were dominated by Baylor last year, and they're going to dominate them again. I know BYU plays tough in the trench, but Baylor is elite on the offensive line. Baylor has a couple players on the defensive line, Sika, that just cannot be dealt with. So you need these explosive players out there, for Jaron Hall to be able to have quick throws to. You've got to have them lined up wide, slot, whatever. And if you don't have those weapons out there, you're not going to be able to create explosive plays. So that's why those two were so important. And I bet BYU already. I bet the money line early in the week because there was a cheap -140. I would bet -3 if I knew that Romney and Nakua are in there. So I would definitely, when is this kickoff here? Let me look. It's late. It's 9:15 Central. I would definitely look 90 minutes before time. You're going to know who's out on the field practicing. You see Romney and Nakua out there, that's a BYU play. They're not out there, I'd probably lay off. But, interestingly enough, Albany targeted Al Wolcott, of Baylor, of their defense, twice as many as any other defender. Wolcott's taking over duties at the star linebacker position. He floats, between slot, linebacker, other places. He's replacing Petra, one of the Big 12, best players defensive best players from last season. And that is something that Albany even sniffed out and targeted him twice as many as anybody else. And I expect Jaron Hall to do the same. It just depends on if it's going to be Braden Cosper in the slot. He was targeted 5 times last weekend against South Florida. So there is an avenue here to have explosive plays against Baylor, but we just got to see who the pieces are around Jaron Hall here. So, I'm not really tipping my cap to Baylor. Albany won just 2 games last year. Aranda lost 50% of his PBUs from last season, and that wasn't tested against Albany. So, that's why, Puka and Gunnar are so important to the handicap here, because Baylor's going to dominate the trench once again. So Baylor -3, maybe 3.5 if they get their wide receivers, or maybe a -140 if the money line pops down. I see some 150s out there as we're recording this.
Yeah, I'm obviously not the authority on BYU. I would like BYU under 3. At 3.5, it's a little iffier for me. So nothing there as of now, but I don't hate your breakdown at all.